Hi, my name's Katie Costello. I'm one of the solicitors that advises healthcare professionals about criminal investigations. Today I'll be discussing with my colleague Holly Patterson how to deal with an approach from the police. It's likely that if you're told there's to be a criminal investigation, you're going to be feeling very anxious about it. This podcast discusses some of the initial questions that we're asked at that early stage.
Hi Katie, so can you tell me, as a healthcare professional, what happens if I hear that an allegation against me has been referred to the police?
Well, the first thing is not to take it personally. You've got to understand that the police have a duty to investigate any potential crime that's reported to them. They can't assume that the allegation is baseless. The first thing to consider is whether you're a member of a defence organisation or have insurance that's going to help you.
Will I be arrested?
It's far more usual for the police to arrange a voluntary interview. They'd usually do that by phone or email. If you've got solicitors, you can give your solicitor's details to the police so that they can liaise without involving you. When you attend a voluntary interview, you're not arrested. You can leave the police station at any time. Although if the police decide they want to detain you and they've got enough evidence, then they can arrest you at that point.
What if they don't let me attend voluntarily?
It's quite rare for that to happen, although it can do, especially if they think you aren't cooperating. If you're going to be arrested, the police could in theory come to your house or work, although it's more likely that they'd tell you to go to the police station at a set time and then arrest you when you get there, so it would be done in private.
What happens after I've been arrested?
Well, the first thing is the police have to caution you and explain the reason for your arrest. And if the arrest happens away from the police station, then they'll take you to the police station for an interview. You've got rights when you get there, which the custody officer will explain. So they might want to search you or take fingerprints, although I have to say that would be a little bit unusual for a healthcare professional.
What if this occurs out of hours and my solicitor can't come?
Well, that's fine. You've still got the right to your own legal advice. You're entitled to a duty solicitor with you for the interview.
What then happens in the interview?
At the start of the interview, the police have to caution you. You've probably heard the caution on TV loads of times.
Do I have to answer the police questions?
You don't have to. You can choose to reply with no comment or give them a statement, but you've always got to keep the caution in mind. It's a really intimidating environment, and that's why I'd strongly advise that if you do attend an interview, you have a solicitor with you who can give you advice. The caution's really serious and means that if you're charged at a trial, there can be a negative inference if you say something then to the court that you didn't say to the police the first time you were asked.
What happens when the interview's over?
Well, if you accept you're guilty, you'll probably either be charged or could be offered a caution if it was a less serious case. If you're not charged at this point, you'd be released and the police would have to finish their investigations, and they usually liaise with the Crown Prosecution Service to decide whether there should be a charge. If you'd been arrested, then whilst you wait for those investigations to finish, there could be bail conditions, like not practising, not leaving the country, not contacting named witnesses. And then you just wait for the police to let you know if they want to re-interview you or want to charge you or have decided not to charge you.
How long will it take the police to decide whether or not I will be charged?
That's a tricky one. In my experience, it could be anything from a few days to over a year. The police have to interview other people, they might have to get an expert report, and then they usually pass the file to CPS to decide whether to charge. So it's a bit of a movable feast.
Can I keep working whilst I wait?
As long as the police haven't made it a bail condition that you don't practice, then in theory you can, and you don't have to tell your regulators unless you've actually been cautioned or charged. But having said that, the police often forward their papers to your regulator and to your employer, and they might take a different view. So I hope this has been a helpful summary of what might happen if you're involved in a criminal investigation. They're not common, but when they do happen, they cause a great deal of worry. So do make sure that you're helped throughout the process by a solicitor and, if possible, your defence organisation.